like brothers with all the miles and time we spent together. Yeah, we've seen it all. We've both seen changes in our time, busted dreams and detour signs. We keep rolling on. Brother Highway, we've seen it all.
Hey there, fellow wanderers, and welcome back to the Wandering Gypsy RV Life podcast, where the road is long, the coffee is hot, and the stories are always real. I'm your host, Stan Cromlish. I am here today with Doug Simcox of Beyond the Chutes podcast and Sam Swearingen, a frequent contributor to the Beyond the Chutes podcast.
To be fair, he's my partner on the podcast.
He's your partner on the podcast.
When this all started back in April of 2023,
yes,
Sam came to the house and he and I, we did so many shows. We recorded a bunch. So all the way back to, good golly, April 2023, we put it together. It's sitting in the kitchen in my house.
So Sam, tell us a little bit about what you did prior to joining Beyond the Chutes. I know you were a stock contractor and rodeo producer in upstate New York.
Yeah, I rode for about 20 years.
Rode
what?
Saddle bronc horses.
Okay.
Enjoyed it. Then moved on to the stock contracting, producing end of the sport. And retired, sold out about 6 years ago.
Okay, so, but you have a lot of experience going down the road, hauling livestock. How many flat tires?
Got any stories to share?
And stories to share. How many flat tires and other issues going down the road, pulling tractor trailer trucks, fifth wheels, tow behinds, whatever. How many? Too numerous to count?
Well, you'd run out of battery, I think, before we were done. But
how many trips did you make where you didn't have a problem?
Yeah.
Well, towards the end, it got a lot better. But yes, one of the very first rodeos I did, my cousin built a trailer to haul the arena, nice drop deck type scenario on a 3-ton truck, and this is the gospel. We changed 11 tires before I didn't even get there. I called them up. I was within 100 miles of the rodeo. It was in West Virginia. I said, come, we'll unload half the trailer, and I was been up 2 days about changing tires, getting there. And I laid underneath there, under the trailer, because it was getting hot outside. I laid underneath and I lifted up and I seen a rope spring that would let that axle move back and cut that tire as we're going down the road. So every tire we changed, it was just barely like a lathe going in there. You might go 50 miles, you might go 75 before it cut it down. So
it sounds like you would benefit from a tire pressure monitoring system, especially when you were hauling your high-quality bucking stock.
It doesn't sound like it. It would have been a blessing to know where you were at. It just makes so much sense. And
yes.
Even today, on the camper we were talking, it rather than with the temperature is what I was so concerned with. Tires on the camper, you can walk around and check them.
Right.
Much easier this way. But if the temperature gets hot and you lose a bearing and it knocks out your siding on your camper, that gets very expensive.
Oh, very expensive. And wiring?
It gets expensive in a hurry. So tire pressure monitoring. Yes, I am here with Doug and Sam, and we are talking RVs, trailers. We're at the 11th annual Mountain Cove Cowboy and Cowgirl Reunion. It's a great place. It's a great time that we have this weekend to just sit around and swap stories, swap lies.
No, none of that.
Well, hey, yes, we got to swap, there are lies being told, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we're rodeo cowboys.
That's right.
So, we lie a little bit. But Doug, you just installed on. We're sitting inside Doug Simcox's custom-made Super C
BTC bus.
Beyond the Chutes Bus. But Doug.
Yeah.
Since you and I met
Yes.
at the Cowboy Reunion at Kickback Ranch and Event Center
February.
in February, you and I have become pretty good friends. And has the Wandering Gypsy RV life benefited you in what you're doing with your coach?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We take pretty big trips. And like Sam talked about, last thing I want to do is be standing alongside the road dealing with a tire issue or something. And on the rig, I've got 8 tires on this rig, right, on the motorhome. And I pull a trailer with 4 wheels.
Okay.
And since I got to know you have pointed me at the tire monitoring system,
Yep.
right? You've encouraged me to do business with Techno RV,
We have.
and I've done not only have I added the TST tire TPS7
TST, Tire Pressure Monitoring System, TPMS.
TPMS. Not only have we added that, and I got to tell you, that's just been tremendous. I took a long haul to Montana and back recently, probably about 3,500 miles. And
Yep.
for me, that's pretty big.
Yep.
And just knew where I was every morning when I get up, start my coffee, I kick on my system, it goes around and tells me if there's a tire that needs some attention.
So coming down here, this trail,
Yeah.
for me, you
Yeah.
know, I've left Kickback, went to Cherokee, and then in the temps here have gone from 75 in the morning down to about 55.
Yeah.
So when I monitor all my tires before I get ready to pull out, on Wednesday morning, every one of the tires on 30B was low enough that it was throwing a low pressure warning
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
TST.
Yep.
So before I pulled out of Chattanooga to come to Mountain Cove,
Yep.
I pulled out my air compressor and pumped up all 10 tires
Okay.
because
Okay.
the tires on the car were low too.
You bet. You bet. And with the system,
Yep.
I can see temperatures.
Yep.
My tire, I can set, what kind of temperature do I want to be notified?
It comes pre-configured to 159 degrees.
Okay. I think I can go to 130 on this particular one.
You can.
I can. And I do that.
Okay.
In the heat, in the hot part of the day, I might see 101 degrees
Right.
on a normal, like right now sitting here, my left side is in the sun and it's making 90 degrees.
Yep.
My right side tires are in the shade and they're making about 78, 79 degrees.
Right. I have seen when I was in Nevada, in the summer, I've seen 117 degrees
Yep.
on my tires.
Yep. Yep. And where this matters to what Sam and I have both experienced, especially on trailers,
Right.
pulling trailers, lose a wheel bearing.
Yep.
Okay. And the air pressure is all good, but all of a sudden you get notified you've got a problem because your temperature is going up, which is ultimately going to radiate through the rim and going to start to raise the temperature on your tire, and you could lose a tire as well as the bearing.
And it will basically, what happens is inside the tire, when that heat builds up air pressure
Yes.
in your
Yeah.
tire.
Yes.
And it will also kill their steel belted radials.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will start degrading your belts
Yes.
on the tire,
Yes.
and
Yep.
you'll end up having to replace a tire. But it's better to replace it while it's still got air in it
Oh, for sure.
than it is sitting on the side of the road and then it's taking out your entire sidewall
That's
in your trailer.
exactly right. That's exactly right. I've lost fenders on an
That's
open
what I'm
deck
talking
trailer.
about.
You bet.
Well, friend, not just that. Twice in my life, I've got to rodeos where I had a trailer with 3 axles on it with a large livestock. And I got there, and there's no wheel or no tire on there. you've lost the hub because the bearing went.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
You
didn't
lost
have the
tire and
stock
everything,
because-
wheel and everything.
Yeah, you had enough axles you could keep going, but I didn't know it till I
Yeah.
got there.
Yep.
And it's like, well,
That's kind of scary, Sam.
if it was 2 axles, it'd been real bad. You would have known it. But
Right.
with 3, I could keep going. But for 2 axles, for 3, it'd be ideal because I could have stopped and put some grease or put some oil in it and went on probably.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
I had the same experience. I was coming back. I had a race car on board, probably weighed about 3,500 pounds, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped at the Flying J for fuel.
Yep.
And that's when you get out and you inspect things. You walk around, and on the passenger side rear, I had no tire. Gone.
Well,
I mean, destroyed, gone. Didn't tear anything up. I had the rim still, but I did not have a tire.
wow.
Yeah. Now, somebody pulled up and said, hey, we saw that tire blowing up about 10 miles back. So fortunately, just happened to get off to get fuel
Yeah.
at the right time. If I'd have kept going, I'd already lost that tire. How long before I lose that front tire? You lose 2 tires on a trailer, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You are now stranded. Plus, you're probably doing a ton of damage to brakes on the trailer and hubs on the trailer, wiring, rims.
Wiring, bearings,
Oh.
the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely.
So, you can't say enough about pre-trip checklist. Walk
Yeah.
around,
Yep.
make sure everything's the way you want it to be before you start driving.
Yep.
Having the correct tools and systems on board.
Yep.
Really helps.
Yep.
The TST, tire pressure monitoring system, and, shameless plug for Techno RV, they are now selling the Road Tech tire pressure monitoring system. And the Road Tech does essentially the same thing as the TST. I don't leave home without tire pressure monitoring.
Yep.
I don't leave home without a good walk around.
Yep.
When in my case, I've got 36 feet of RV and 15 to 20 feet of tow car.
Right.
And all those moving parts going down the road generate heat. Road hazards can cause you problems.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much you got to pay attention to in this lifestyle. That is between the time you leave the previous spot to your next campsite.
Yes.
For me, I'm a geek.
A what?
I'm a nerd.
You're a nerd. Did you say geek?
I said geek,
Okay.
but I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I like having data.
Yes.
I like having
for sure.
data
For sure. Yeah.
because data can make or break your day.
Absolutely.
So Sam, I know you've got a fifth wheel. Doug's got a motorhome. I've got a Class A motorhome. And, this past weekend, I kind of have to tell a story. Real quick story. I had 2 buddies of mine that met me in Cherokee who will remain nameless.
Who need to get their sinuses fixed.
They need to get their sinuses fixed, and they need to understand black tanks require water. Do not put a 3/4 of a roll of toilet paper in the black tank, wad it up.
Right. Because they're blowing their nose.
They're blowing it up.
Hence, they need to get their sinuses looked
That's
at.
right. And they should have dropped that in the trash can,
We can do that.
not in the toilet.
Yes.
Because when I got to Chattanooga from Cherokee to drain my black tank, everything was flowing smoothly till it wasn't.
Yeah.
And a nice big old wad of toilet paper got hung up at the gate valve where it joins the sewer hose to go into the septic system of the campground. It took me the better part of 3 hours working to get the clog unclogged.
Not my kind of day.
Not my kind of day either.
Not my kind of work.
No. So then I've got another friend who pulled in here yesterday, hooked up his water to his flush valve instead of
Now, wait a
his-
minute. Flush valve on his
flush-
hot water heater?
Nope, it's the black tank flush.
Black tank flush.
Black tank flush instead of the city water connection. The city water connection was at the top. The black tank flush was right underneath it. He hooked up and started filling up his black tank. Unbeknownst to him. He should have known something was wrong because he didn't have any pressure coming out of the faucet.
Yeah, but ultimately he had pressure. Did it come out the vent?
It came out the vent on
Yeah.
the roof.
Yeah,
He filled it up completely.
all the way out the vent. He had the ultimate flush.
It was one.
And it wasn't a royal flush.
It wasn't a royal. Well, it may have been when Stan went in there and stepped on the toilet pedal. No.
Mount
Mountain-
Vesuvius Mount Vesuvius erupted.
Yeah,
I'll even keep him nameless too,
yeah.
because I ended up with 3 showers yesterday. I needed one unexpected.
And we'll leave them neighbors, but Trent, you need to help your dad a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Trent, you need to help your dad a little bit. Either that or we need to make labels for
Yeah.
your dad.
We need education.
Yep.
And folks, the one thing like Stan is very good about doing is walk around and doing everything like he's supposed to. I'm not. I want to get there. I jump in there and I go when I want to get there, but I can see with this tire pressure thing will make a difference. I can turn it on when I'm going down the road because I forgot to turn it on before and I didn't do the walk around, but it'll tell you what you should do. So,
You bet.
and I'm pretty tight, but I think I'm going to have to spend a little money.
You bet.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine up in the ante, Sam, by hauling 4 head of horses on the trailer.
Well, which will happen. Well,
Yeah.
maybe 10 head.
Might be 10 head, okay?
right.
But these cowboys, these cowgirls going up and down the road right now, and some of these guys are running hard all night to get to the next one. They better know the state of their equipment. To Stan's point about being a nerd.
Well,
You've got 2 sons going up and down the road.
Yep.
You've got Colton, who's a steer wrestler, and you've got Dalen, who's a bull rider, PBR bull rider.
Yep. He mostly flies.
Yeah. The PBR guys, they fly.
Yeah.
But Colton, how many horses is he hauling? Sam?
usually 4, I believe.
He's got 4 on board.
4 on board?
Usually 4.
5. Wow.
That's what a hazing horse and a
Usually,
dogging horse.
usually 2 of each because he travels with people.
Right.
So they usually, he has his own hazing horse.
Right.
And sometimes he hauls his bulldog horse, but most of the time he'll haul, like he's in Kansas today and he said he was hauling his hazing horse and another guy's bulldog horse. And the guy's horse was out west at Washington with his other 2 horses.
Wow.
So they're just, it's hard to tell. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends who gets in the truck, but they usually have room for 4 and usually it's full.
So, and those horses are probably $25,000, $30,000, $100,000 horses.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Towards the end there, what you were saying. Wouldn't you like to find one of those $25,000 horses, Sam?
We'll just leave it alone. They're expensive.
Right. They're expensive.
Expensive
But-
enough you insure them.
But, here's the thing. We've all seen the accidents that happen on our interstates and on our back roads throughout the country. So you blow a tire hauling these $100,000 horses, you're gonna rattle their cages. It is gonna be, and you could injure them, depending on how severe the
Yeah.
blowout is.
That's right.
To me, the cost of a tire pressure monitoring system
One time.
is worth it to protect your investment.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
all the training you put in this equine lifestyle, in this rodeo lifestyle, you train yourself hard to get good at what event you're playing in.
Yeah.
Be it bulldogging, team roping, calf roping, barrel racing, breakaway roping, and even these high school kids pole bending and goat tying.
Yep.
But these horses are a valuable commodity.
Very much so.
And just like you insure your horses, you insure your rig, why not give yourself some peace of mind?
You bet. And to Sam's point, lose a wheel bearing while you got 4 horses on board.
And you're strict. You know, it's not like a roller tire where you're changing, which ain't good, but you change it.
Yep.
You put air in it before you go because you got the monitor to read it.
Right.
When you lose a wheel bearing out there, you're usually 2 days or more to get the parts and to get it back on and go. And I know a guy had a brand new trailer, just left, he was headed to Wyoming, he left my house, he got the Buffalo. Well, the bearings went out on the brand new trailer. They had to put a new axle on, put 2 new axles on the trailer for him.
Yeah.
Because it was a brand new trailer. So, wow, he could have seen this ahead of time with the heat sensor.
Yep.
Yeah. And when you get that hot, you would start stuff on fire.
Sure.
Right? And
Yeah.
2 horses on board.
See, and that's another thing I never thought of. The brakes on semi. I had wasn't mine. A guy was hauling pigs down the road, and they called us up because they knew we had a semi-trailer. Well, the brakes must have got hot. But the pigs were falling out of the trailer on the road, so we had to go down and load our trailer with these hogs and take them to the butcher plant. But because the brakes caught on fire.
Yeah.
That's the only time I didn't mind seeing cops when I was on the road because they were escorting us to get this.
Okay.
We have to turn around on the 4 lane and have up from the other truck.
Okay.
So
Fire and horses and hay do not mix.
So, fire does not mix. But you brought up a good point, Sam. It's if the 4th of July rodeos is Cowboy Christmas. What is it in the summer that is the biggest killer of livestock? The heat. So, you blow a tire, you're on the side of the road, it's 105 degrees in Dodge City, Kansas. Your horses are in a sweat box, even if you've got the windows open.
Yep.
You've got all those heat-related illnesses and injuries that can occur because you're sitting on the side of the road.
Yep.
And if you're on the side of an interstate, you can't unload your horses without risking them getting hit by.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be crazy. Yeah.
And it wouldn't be so much the heat. That's not going to help them. Don't get me wrong. But they're going to survive. They're horses and they're adaptable to that.
And you give them plenty of water.
Yeah, but other vehicles going down the road on their full or whatever, not paying attention. You look at all these shows where they run off and hit cops and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that would be the scariest thing to me.
Yeah. And I think upstate New York doesn't allow you to change a tire on the interstate. You got to be towed off.
The throughway.
Yeah.
So the New Jersey Turnpike, you would have to be towed to one of those areas where you could change a tire.
Yep. You don't get out and change them like the old days.
No.
And it's the thing to change a tire on a horse trailer with 4 head of horses on board.
And the throughway has a monopoly. You only have to call their people to come do it. You can't call AAA to come pull you over there. It's got to be the throughways.
Yep.
Whoever they have contract with. So monopoly's still going on well in Western New York or New York State because they got you. And it's about triple what normal would cost to get towed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, roadside assistance probably would not reimburse you for those expenses.
Good luck for that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
And when you truck and trailer and you're the length you guys are running, you're running 55 plus, you're running you're running up in that area between your fifth wheel and your truck.
So-
I'm 65 here with a trailer behind me.
So
It's expensive to get towed anywhere.
right. And I mean, these tractor trailers are 53-foot trailers, so they're running 70, 75 feet
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a 53-foot trailer.
Absolutely. So
And I've talked to some trucking friends of mine, and they said we don't leave home without our TPMS.
Yeah. the one place where I have seen a day-to-day advantage,
Yep.
out of your checklist, you get in, you turn this on, you're drinking your cup of coffee, you wait for this to sense everything. It takes about 5 minutes for it to go around and read all 8 sensors on the rig. I can tell if there's a tire I need to pay attention to, just one tire. In the old days, a month ago, before I had this.
3 months ago.
Yeah, I would go out and I would get out my gauge and go around every single tire,
Right.
to be safe, to know when you're
Mhm.
starting that you've got the right kind of pressures everywhere. This
Yeah.
probably saves, if that process is easily a half hour,
Right.
okay, before you really have to get into adding air.
Right.
So that's one of the biggest benefits. And, peace of mind's worth an awful lot.
Peace of mind to me is worth more than saving
Yeah.
$1.
Yep.
Like I said, I saw the problem in Chattanooga. I pulled out my air compressor and I pumped up. I was only 5 pounds low.
Yeah.
But that 5 pounds can equate to a mile per gallon
Oh, yeah.
difference
You
in
bet.
fuel economy.
And ruining tires.
And
right
ruining
over time.
tires, yeah.
Absolutely.
And having just replaced the tires on Birdie B, I'm not in the mood to ruin any tires.
What I've enjoyed about this is it's expandable. So I bought it specifically for 12 tires,
Right.
okay? But I bought one for my daughter for her birthday. My wife and I bought it for her. And she's got a Ram dually.
Yep.
And she's got her sensors on her truck,
Yep.
on the OEM. But she hauls a pretty big horse trailer with living quarters, 3 horse, that whole thing. And she's by herself. And I said, we need to get you set up.
Yep.
And so bought the system with four sensors,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, if she wants to add her truck to it, which I'm encouraging her to do,
Yes.
you go buy 6 more sensors.
And
same
it's
brains,
plug and play.
Plug and play.
Plug and play. Just pair the sensor to where you want it in the diagram on the screen, and you're good to go.
And the thing I like, and Sam and I were talking about this, it allows me to have up to 4 different trailers.
Right.
So Sam, you're pulling 3 trailers, all configured a bit different.
Actually,
4 trailers, all configured a bit different.
The dump trailer.
You bet. You bet.
We don't go far with that, so I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah. But you've got trailers with dual wheels on them.
Yep.
Yeah. So he buys the sensors, sets up each trailer. He goes in here and says, oh, I'm pulling trailer number 4 today.
Right.
And it goes around and reads everything, and away you go.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
Thanks for riding along with me. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow wanderer. You can find more stories, photos, and videos at wanderinggypsyrvlife.com. And if you'd like some behind-the-scenes extra, including that video with Ned Ledoux, head over to Patreon and join my campfire circle. And before I sign off, I want to give a quick shout out to a few folks who help keep this podcast rolling. Techno RV, they've been my go-to for RV gear, from water filtration to GPS and everything in between. You can find their products through my affiliate link at technorv.com. Trust me, they'll help you adventure more and worry less. My Patreon community, you're the heart of the Wandering Gypsy RV Life Campfire Circle. If you'd like to get video episodes, bonus stories, and behind-the-scenes content, come join us. And finally, my good friend, Doug Simcox. and his podcast, Beyond the Chutes. If you love rodeo history, cowboy storytelling, and the legends of the arena, you'll want to give it a listen. Doug brings the past to life in a way that makes you feel like you're right there behind the chutes. Until next time, keep your rig rolling smooth, keep your coffee hot, and remember, sometimes the best roads are the ones the GPS won't even show you. And not all who wander are lost.
Brother Highway, we've seen it all. Through the wind and the rain and the snowfall. And no matter how far out I roam, I need you, brother, to get me home.